We're talking about Luan Nascimento. He's the kind of guy, and Luis, obviously you can speak to this more than I can, but he's the kind of guy you want in goal for you. He's going to make sure he makes the stops when they need to be made.
Yeah, I think he's an amazing player. As a center back, I love playing with him because he can play with the foot. He can give us a good saves, and that's for a center back is like amazing because you need someone that you trust behind you. And Luan for me is one of the greatest players
That's
that's here.
fantastic. That's high praise. That's
Yeah.
high praise. Well, we were also talking about our next player to watch a little while ago. That's Carlos Noboa Molina. Carlos well, we mentioned it. He's one of those players that is about 4 steps ahead of everybody else
Yeah.
before they ever catch up. When you have a player like that, though, in Carlos, who can be so far ahead of everybody else, is that good or can that also be bad sometimes? Because, you,
I think this is a really good thing has Carlos in your team because he's a guy that thinks 4 steps behind after what was
ahead.
it ahead for you,
Yeah.
and I think he's the smartest guy of this team.
Well, but
And
again, I asked that question though. When you have a guy that's 4 steps ahead, is
yeah,
that good or bad?
for me, yeah, I always say like for me it's good because he gives more time for you think. So the movements that he does for me is like amazing because he he gives some time for the other partners, you know.
Yeah, gives you time to catch up to it.
Yeah, so you have more time to think just because you have one player that's always more smarter than the opposite guy.
Well, and not to mention, Carlos has some of the fastest feet I've ever seen with a ball and juggling and dribbling. I mean, he's one of those guys that if he gets ahead of the play, he can maintain possession. He's just so quick with his feet.
Yeah, it's like he's the what? Keep going. Okay, he has the how in Brazil you call the joga bonito. You know,
Okay.
he knows how to play with the ball and like he knows who dribble you. And as a center back, I played against him. I have to say that he's so hard.
You had to play against him in the scrimmage last week.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm sure that was a little frustrating at times because he can dance around you like nobody
yeah,
else.
he gave me a hard time that game.
Well, another player we want to keep a close eye on too is Patrick Aluador. Had the winning goal against CKU last weekend, or actually earlier this week, I should say. I forgot we actually had a game during midweek that took
Yeah.
place. They come away with a 1-0 victory over CKU, and Patrick had the difference there. Now, Patrick obviously not in the starting 11 here for Emporia FC, but he is a big time presence coming off the bench.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that has something special, you know. That guy that when the game is almost finished, you know that you can have him in
He's got your back.
his team. Yeah. So
Well, he's also, we saw in the scrimmage last week, he's very physical.
yeah,
He's
he's
not afraid to get in there and mix it up. That's the kind of guy I got to imagine you want to be playing with and not against.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, those are your players to watch. Again, Patrick Aludor from Anguilla. You also have Luan Nascimento in goal from Brazil and Carlos Noboa Molina, the Ecuadorian, rounding out 3 of the starting 11 for Emporia FC as we are getting set to kick off this matchup. We will get you some information on the Eagles FC players as soon as we get that from our good friend Gabe Diaz Serrano down there handling the introductions. Gabe always doing a fantastic job. Also, real quick, while we have a moment, we can't put him on camera right now, but we do want to say a big congratulations to our technical producer, Javen Arndt, right here off to our right side. Just graduated Emporia High School last weekend. We were hooting and hollering and so proud of him. Javen, congratulations once again on your graduation. Going to go do big things at KU in the fall. Rock Chalk Jayhawk, go KU. Javen, he's a good one. They might be calling it JU before too long. He's going to run that place before everything is said and done. Well, again, you can see Emporia FC fired up and ready for this matchup here as Emporia FC comes into tonight's matchup with a record of 2-3 on the season. Not too far off from them, Eagles FC actually 2-4 on the year. Last time out for Emporia FC, as we mentioned, they had a 1-0 extra time goal victory thanks to Patrick Aludor in the final moments there. Of course, Luan Nascimento, a clean sheet last weekend or in the last matchup. Eagles FC, last time out, they lost 7-1 to the Dodge City Toros. Now, their biggest loss of the season was a 10-0 loss to Sporting Wichita SC. And Emporia's biggest loss was only by a goal thus far. So when you look at those numbers, Luis, you see one team that's given up 10 goals in a game. You see another team that's maybe given up 3 to 4. Do you obviously favor the team that's given up less?
I think how they came for a loss, probably they have more pressure than Emporia FC to play tonight. I think Emporia FC is gonna play with more, just for fun. And I think they have players for that. And I think Eagles gonna have a hard time with Emporia today.
Well, I will tell you, Luis is getting thrown into the fire very early here. Usually, in a broadcasting career, you have to wait a couple of years before you get the numbers and the jerseys that are too hard to see. You're getting to start your very first broadcast off with that, so congratulations.
Thank you so
Welcome
much.
to the club.
Thank you
It's
so
going to
much.
be an interesting one here tonight as Emporia FC now with possession, moving it in the backfield here. It's moved up to Richard Fritas. And Fritas will work it to the left side of the field. Nice lob pass down the lane. It's tracked down by Eagles FC. Carlos Molina gets possession. Good pass off to the left side. Molina with it now off his foot. He gets bowled to the ground. And there's not going to be a call there. Do you agree with that one?
No, no, no way.
Carlos is talking with the
I think
side judge.
he just pushed his back. I think for me that's a,
That's a
a
foul.
penalty. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it happened in the box. You mentioned that should be a penalty, but I guess the officials are going to let them play a little bit here tonight as Felipe Candido, the Brazilian, out there for Emporia FC, big number 4, works it back to Luan Nascimento. Nascimento will send it over to the left side of the pitch, now working along the sidelines. A little bit of a tie-up there across the way, and already a little pushing and shoving here between these two teams. When you see that kind of physicality this early, Luis, is that an indicator that it's only going to get more physical as we go on?
Yeah. I think they're playing like a mind game in the moment. So it's like who goes right
Trying to show
more
them who's boss.
who's guy go more hard and show that we are here not to just for fun. You are here for play.
Gotcha. Alexa Musikic. They work it up to midfield. Ball gets almost intercepted by Eagles. My correction, that's Miguel de Rivera. It's hard to tell the difference between a 5 and a 6, and I've been reading and writing English numbers my whole life. Can't imagine how hard my PPU. And great opportunity there for Emporia FC. Alex Almeida just skyrockets one right over the goal and out of bounds. So we will. Are they going to give a corner here? It'll be a throw-in for Emporia FC as it looks like it went off the Eagles defender. So far, Eagles FC playing very close to the boys in black here, Luis. Whoa.
It was a good tackle.
Good tackle, says our expert here. So we're going to stick with Luis on that one. Vamos, boys, vamos. Great speed into the box here for Emporia FC. With it is Almeida. Shot on goal. Molina almost had it and saved. Put back and in. And the dog pile is on. Leo Jakovic, the United Kingdom transplant, makes it 1-0 Emporia FC. Great job by Leo to just follow that shot, Luis.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity, and he was there for take advantage about that.
Well, and that's the thing is when we were talking about Carlos Molina. Carlos went in, took the first shot. Again, he was ahead of everybody else. Then you have Leo that's just coming up to back him up. I mean, I guess that's the good thing about having somebody that can be ahead of everybody else. You have somebody behind him that can pick up the rebounds.
Yeah, I think Leo can follow Carlos with this kind of mindset because Leo is also a smart player, and I think he's one of the smarter players of this team.
He's showing it right there, but give Leo so much credit right there as Jakovic not wasting any time. He's getting right back into it, sends it back towards the Eagles FC box. It gets cut off. Now Emporia getting pushed back into their own zone. Going to try and get it passed around here a little bit. It goes to Nascimento. He clears it to the left side to Felipe Candido. Candido will bang it off the shins of an Eagles defender. As so far, you mentioned it, Luis, in the pregame. You said the speed was going to be a big factor, and so far, Emporia doing a great job of showing some speed of their own.
Yeah, yeah. I think Carlos take advantage about the speed. I told him, I told you that he's not one of the faster players here,
Uh-huh.
but I think that in the situation that he had the ball, he was of the faster player that I
Yeah.
saw.
Sometimes it's better to be fast than good, and he was both.
Yeah.
Jakovic back on it now. Was going to fire a shot towards the goal, but it gets deflected. It'll go out of play. Last touch by Emporia FC. So a goal kick coming here for Eagles. That is Beckinson Fortune, the goalkeeper for Eagles FC. Fortune sends it down into the Emporia side. As now a good break into the attacking zone for Eagles. A little bit of a fake out. Couldn't really get his feet under him. I'm not sure if he just whiffed on the ball or if maybe he had something planned and just couldn't pull it off. What did you see, Luis?
I think he has like a delay in his time when he think about what he has to do in the moment.
So he stalled a little bit.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Didn't see the call there. I believe it's offside. Please feel free to tell me if I'm wrong.
No, no, you're fine.
As again, Beckinson Fortune, the goalkeeper for Eagles, sends it way down into the opposite zone. It's taken back by Emporia FC. Getting pushed off the ball there was Alexa Musikic for Emporia. Now, Eagles getting inside, trying to generate some offense, but great job by the defense here for Emporia. They've cleared everything out so far, Luis.
Yeah, clearly they have like three greatest center back. João, I think he was one of the good center back to have. Our captain, Caio, is a good player when play in the back and also in the midfield.
Yeah.
And you have Felipe, that for me is one of the best center back to have, and he was a sub, you know.
Yeah. Felipe Candido. Of course, I think if my memory serves me correctly, I believe this is Felipe's first start.
Yeah.
He's doing a good job so far. We'll see how the night goes. As we're starting to feel a little precipitation here up high as the rainfall, we've been told, could start sometime this evening, and we're starting to feel it as we do apologize if we maybe have to disappear for a little bit, as we do have to protect the equipment. Otherwise, we can't bring you this great action here, as Javen Arndt, a man of many talents now, pulling out the tarp. So appreciate Javen for that, as ball goes out of touch. Last touch by Eagles. Throw in here for Emporia FC across the way. Frites trying to get his feet on it. Now Miguel Rivera gets in on the action. Eagles maintains possession. It's going to go out of bounds, and I think they are going to say again, last touch by Eagles FC, as Miguel Rivera sends it down the way. Already a great break on the ball. Alexa Musikic sends it across the way to Carlos Noboa Molina. Molina has a break on the ball, fires and scores! Carlos Noboa Molina makes it 2-0 Emporia FC.
Eh?
Give a lot of credit to Alexa Musikic
Yeah.
as he had a great break on the ball there, Luis.
I think we are talking about him
The speed.
in the game. Before the game, he just showed why we talk so much about him.
Absolutely. Carlos Molina definitely worth being talked about right there. Did a great job, had a one-on-one with the goalkeeper and got it past him. In that kind of situation, when you're that close with the goalkeeper, you don't typically see the attacker win that battle.
Yeah, we can see that Carlos is a smart guy because I think in me in this kind of situation probably gonna lose the the goal, but Carlos scored so easy.
Yeah. He made it look easy right there as Molina right back in the face of Eagles FC, trying to make sure they keep the pressure on here. Ball goes out of play. It'll be a throw in for Emporia. Or no, sorry, they're going to say it is actually a throw in for, or they are awarding a free kick. It is. It'll be a free kick here for Eagles.
The center backs because this kind of long ball, how it defend.
Absolutely. Again, we do apologize if you're experiencing any technical difficulties on our end. We're trying to make sure we keep everything clear and free here of the rainfall that is starting to materialize a little bit. Emporia FC leading things 2-0 over Eagles FC. We are just over 12 minutes and 20 seconds into the first half of this match. It's also worth mentioning Emporia FC, they're playing for a lot more than just 3 points here. They're also playing to defend their home territory. They have not lost at home. When I say they, you all have not lost at home
Thank
all
you.
season long.
I think this is the kind of thing that you need to defend. Like when you're playing at home, you need to understand that it's your home. It's no one can come for your home and say, "Hey, I gotta win," you know.
It adds a little, it sounds like it adds a little extra motivation.
Yeah, it's actually a really good motivation playing at home when you have your supporters here.
Yeah. Well, and a good showing of support here for Emporia FC. Again, the cloudy skies, rainy conditions, some storms possible here in the evening hours. So we do appreciate everybody that came out here to the Lions Den tonight to cheer on the Black Lions. Also want to say thank you to our friend Luis Almeida, who I roped him in to coming and joining us here on the headset. He was a little nervous, but so far I'm giving you an A grade, man. You're doing a great
Oh,
job.
thank you, man. I have a good partner to help me the job.
Oh, I don't know about that. I try my best. Noboa Molina again on the attack. He fires one towards the goal. Fortune able to get his hand up and knock it away. A goal kick, or sorry, corner kick will be coming here for Emporia FC. And man, Carlos and Leo both are not making it an easy night for Eagles FC, specifically for Beckinson Fortune, who's having to earn his paycheck tonight.
Yeah, I can bet that probably the center back is gonna have a nightmare with Carlitos and Leo, you know?
Yeah. Emporia FC, nice service into the box, but it's headed away by Eagles. Now they bounce that one off the dome as the ball will go out of play. And we will get a throw in for Eagles as the rainfall starting to pick up a little intensity here. And you got to wonder how that's going to affect the game going forward because they are playing on a turf field, and those fields can get pretty slick when it gets wet.
Yeah, they have to take care a little bit more about the when they're gonna battle about the ball 50-50, you know,
Yeah.
because nobody wanna live here and do it.
No, and it's not hard to get injured when you hit wet ground and you slide out or anything like that. But I also have to ask, Luis, when it starts to rain and it starts to get wet out there on the field, do you have to go slower? Do you have to slow yourself down?
Yeah, I don't think the guys gonna go slower, you know. When
They're
you
not even going to notice it.
yeah, when you're in the game, you don't think like I'm going slow. You are so focused in the game. You have to follow the flow, how you
Sure.
call, what the guys call here.
So basically, you run until you slip and fall. Is what you're
Yeah,
saying. I got you. I got you.
and that's the hard thing because you just realize when everything is messy, you know, when you just enjoy it.
Yeah, fair enough. Eagles now starting to push the issue, pushing into the Emporia defensive zone. It goes off of a FC player's foot. Oh, actually, no. They're going to say that it was last touch by Eagles FC, so it'll stay with Emporia. Ball gets sent into the box. Nascimento out to stop the momentum here momentarily. Now looking for an option. He'll just roll it right up the middle. It goes to Musikic, but he can't get a foot on it. Now an opportunity here for Eagles. They tangle up, and they're going to say, so the official's going to call a foul. Well, wait a minute. They're giving the yellow card. Is that against Eagles?
Yeah,
What are you seeing there, Luis? I can't make heads or tails of that.
probably the reference saw that he
Yeah.
simulated the foul, you know?
Oh, he's saying that he's saying
He
that he
fake.
didn't. It was a fake out.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So he warned him for flopping. Gotcha. For those of our friends that are familiar with basketball, he tried to sell the old flop, and the referee wasn't buying it. So a yellow card is handed out here to Eagles FC, which will mean a goal kick for Emporia. Luan Nascimento maybe getting ready to show off the strength in that leg. Though it looks like he might just go short. He's got both center backs back with him, and he will. He'll just kick it short. Ball now on the capable feet of Carlos Noboa Molina. He gets it to, he shot Fritas. Fritas trying to make his way down. The pass that was intended for Alex Almeida gets intercepted, and it's back in the possession of Fortune for Eagles FC. Now back at midfield for Emporia. Fritas with it again. They get it to Jakovic. Jakovic back to Fritas, who gets tripped up. No call coming from the official. And Eagles will send it back to their goalkeeper in Fortune. He will send it down the way. Trying to measure it up there for Emporia FC was Felipe Candido. Candido gets a collision with an Eagles player, and we'll get a stoppage in play. The official going to come over and talk with both players. I wasn't able to quite see that as I had looked away for a slight moment, but it looked like a pretty solid collision, Luis.
Uh, I think Felipe that made a collision. Now I think probably he has to slow down because the referee is
He's going to
looking
be
his
watching.
yeah, he's watching him. So I think he's doing like a really hard fouls, you know. But
Mhm.
the referee is always paying attention to this kind of things.
So basically, once you catch the attention of the referee once, they're not going to take their eye off you the rest of the match.
Yeah. Even
Gotcha.
that you are a good guy, he's gonna pay more attention.
Even if you're a good guy like Felipe.
Yeah.
Come on, ref, cut him a break. He's a nice guy. He buys everybody chicken fingers after the game, all that good stuff. Approaching 20 minutes gone here in the first half, just over 19, I should say, to be specific. Gone so far. We will get a free kick here for Eagles FC. Trying to measure things up here. Noboa Molina was up front with Fritas, and he backs up, and that free kick goes right into the hands of Luan Nascimento. Rolls it out to Jakovic. I don't know if Jakovic quite saw that that ball was coming at him, but he got it under him. Now Emporia trying to work it up the sideline. And they are going to say ball was last touched by Eagles, so an Emporia throw-in coming. They're going to work backwards here just a little bit. Miguel Rivera working it into the backfield, sending it the length of the field nearly. Showing off that leg strength was Joao Amato. I believe they're going to call offsides on that.
Yeah.
When we have a minute, when we can take a break here in about 20 minutes, you're going to have to sit there and explain the offsides rule to me. I've been watching soccer for a long time. I still don't understand it.
So it's really hard too for me. Here in USA, in the last season, I got that was the referee call offside, and I didn't understand. So,
Yeah.
but I can try to explain it. Like
So is the offside rule, is it different in different countries? I mean,
actually not, but depends on like for example, because if I pass the ball and the guy is behind the last line,
yeah.
but I the the opponent touched the ball, some of the referees gonna say that probably he's not offside. Some of the ref is gonna say that he's offside, you know.
It depends on the
So
official.
depends of the official.
Gotcha. Oh, we love those kinds of calls, don't we?
When is for our team? Yeah, we love it. Against our team,
Yeah,
we hate
I love it
it.
absolutely. As Emporia again trying to push the ball across midfield. Good header there by Amato. Eagles recover possession. Richard Fritas, Hishad Fritas, I should say. I learned that I was saying his name wrong the other day, so I'm trying to make sure I get it correct. As Hishard, nice header there as well. Musikic tying up with an Eagles player. Ball worked into the front zone now. Ooh. Nice pass by Jakovic. One-on-one again. Here comes Noboa Molina. He gets tripped up by Fortune. And Noboa Molina is down. I'm not sure if he's hurt or if he's just frustrated. He thought he maybe had that one, but he's popping up now. Here we go. Back the other way. Eagles on the attack. And Emporia will regain possession. So far, Luis, I mean, tell me if you feel differently, but I feel like the only team that's really felt like they've had dangerous opportunities thus far tonight has been Emporia. Don't get me wrong, Eagles have gotten in a few times, but I don't think we've ever felt like there was much danger coming.
Yeah, I have the same opinion that you, and I think Eagles are having hey, my English now
No, you're fine.
it's far away from it. But I think Eagles is have I forgot
They've
again.
had the
No,
opportunities.
I
They
think
just
Eagles have a hard time with against the system that Empire is playing, 3-5-2, and I don't think they know yet how to play against
they're
this
still
kind
kind
of
of
system. Yeah, they're trying
trying to
to
figure it
figure
out.
out how to play against this kind.
Sure. Well, they're doing a good job of trying. Wait, what? The official had something to say. I'm not quite sure what it was, but no, you kind of said it there. I mean, Eagles are doing a good job of getting in on on the goal for Emporia. They just can't seem to finish it.
Yeah, and we can see that always when Empire is trying to build in the game, Felipe is always free, or
Hmm.
if Felipe is not always free, it's always Miguel. So I think they're trying to figure out how to play against the team,
They're basically trying to
and
figure out which man is
yeah,
going to be having the possession.
and also they are playing so much with long balls, and I don't think they're gonna be the last line with João Amada there,
Uh,
just long
good
balls, you know.
good luck. Send all 11. I would gladly put Joao Amato against 11 other players any day, and I think I'd put my money on Joao anytime. He is definitely one of those key players that you want on your side. Getting set for the corner here from Eagles FC. Service into the box. Looking for the header there. Goes towards the goal, but it is off the line and wide right. Goal kick will go to Emporia FC. Luan Nascimento. Now, Luan, as we've mentioned, he can air that ball out. He can send it the length of the field, but he really does favor that short passing game. This time he's getting a little bit more distance between the ball. I think he's going to send this one towards midfield, and he will. Good kick right there. Nice header by Alex Almeida. It works back towards the Eagles
Woo!
goal, and right there, Beckinson Fortune slips up. We were talking about that. It is starting to come down here a little bit. The ground's getting a little slick, and Fortune is the first one to suffer a faux pas and slip up. Emporia, though, not able to capitalize on it. Throw in goes off the foot of Hishad Fritas. Fritas is trying to get possession back. As, again, Emporia FC leads it 2-0 over Eagles with now under 20 minutes left to go in the first half. A little bit of an accidental header there for Eagles FC. Doing the duties there, that was on Andy Rodriguez. Rodriguez was trying to get some assistance, and he just, again, his foot slipped out from under him. He still managed to get the header. Alexa Musikic coming out of nowhere, trying to get possession back. Alex Almeida helping him out. Ball comes free, working out of the zone for Eagles. Now into a foot race here is Fritas. Good stoppage there by Emporia. Molina trips up. Noboa Molina trips up just a little bit as Miguel Rivera was able to get it back at midfield, sent it towards Carlos, and Carlos's feet go out from under him. I got a feeling this is going to resemble more of a hockey game before we're done. There's going to be a lot of slipping and sliding.
Yeah, I think, and now probably the player is gonna think more and load more before make a pass, because and also in the first touch, how you saw with the keeper when they give a first touch, probably they're gonna start to slow down and think, pay more attention.
Take a little bit more of a
More
cautious
time,
approach.
yeah.
Yeah, take more time. I got you. Well, I mean, you kind of have to in this situation, especially when you have a 2-0 lead. You're not, I mean, you don't really need more points right now. You'll take them. But Emporia does seem like they're being very patient, a little bit more than they were when we started this game about 27 minutes ago. As Emporia, again, clearing it out of their own zone. It's taken back by Eagles in the zone. As Eagles now trying to cross it for a shot on goal. It's stuffed by the Emporia defense. Musikic sends it up the way. Almeida trying to track it down. He gets into a foot race there. Both players go down. We get whistles. We'll see where it's going. I think it's going to go the way of Eagles FC. Fortune, not even waiting, goes ahead and kicks it back up towards midfield. 28 minutes, 10 seconds played here in the first half. Emporia FC leading Eagles 10-0. Or, sorry, 2-0. 2-0. Sorry.
Not yet.
Somebody was listening while they were making a sandwich or something and just went, 10-0, what did I miss? No, 2-0, sorry. Wishful thinking on my part. It's raining and I'm trying to stay focused. I like how you said that. Not yet. That's a good teammate right there. Again, Luis Almeida, center back for Emporia FC, joining me here on the headset tonight. Just because I don't like being alone, I like to have friends by my side. And
he thinks I'm cool. Like
I think you're very cool.
Last time that he talked to me, we spent like 1 hour talking.
It wasn't that,
yeah, it was just about
everything,
random things about their life.
Yeah. Some tattoo advice,
Tattoo.
At some point. Maybe we'll see you with a full sleeve like this. You
Yeah,
never know.
maybe. We're gonna see a swallow in my hand next time.
Swallow,
maybe not.
yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I told him, I don't know, but you know what? If anybody can pull it off, I think it's Luis Almeida. I have faith in you, my friend. You also, if you were at the scrimmage last weekend, the banquet for the Emporia FC Academy, as we get an Eagles player tripped up, it'll lead to a free kick here for Eagles and a yellow card. Did they give the yellow to?
I think it was for Miguel.
Was it Miguel? Yeah, I believe it was. Miguel just kind of walking away there. So Miguel Rivera picks up a yellow here for Emporia FC. And when you see that yellow get flashed, it does change your style of play just a little bit, I have to imagine.
Yeah, I think players as I told you, as Felipe, maybe can change the style of his play, but I don't think Miguel's gonna change his style because
Really?
he's a guy that for me he's a guy like more quiet guy, He's not gonna be tackle so hard. He's not gonna tackle so hard the guy, so he's more of the kind of the midfielder that's smart.
So he knows how to adjust,
Yeah.
but not have to change his style completely.
And now he can just switch it his shirt and he can do the hard work,
Can still do the hard work, but he can do it smart. Is what
Yeah.
you're saying. Gotcha. Back on the attack, Eagles FC headed away by Emporia. And again, if you're just now tuning in, Luis Almeida joining me here on the headset tonight, the center back for Emporia FC. And he is getting baptism by fire. I mentioned that it usually takes a little while before you have to try and do a game where the numbers and jerseys colors blend together a little bit much, but his first broadcast, he's getting to do it here with Eagles FC having the very light gold numbers and letters and white jerseys. So we're trying to keep up with all the names there. But nonetheless, Emporia leading things 2-0 with 31 minutes, 15 seconds gone in the first half. Quickly approaching halftime here as Joao Amado sends it back to Luan Nascimento. He'll give it to Hishad Fritas. Fritas back to Amado now. And he'll skip it to the left side. My apologies, the right side. It's the left side as we see it. Sending it towards the boundary line to Candido is Nascimento. Candido now gets it on there. Candido has not received a yellow card yet, but he did get a bit of a warning from the official earlier in the match. And as Luis had mentioned, he's got to be a little careful here because the official's going to be watching him nonstop as Alexa Musikic gets tied up with an Eagles FC player. There will be no foul called either way. 32 minutes, 5 seconds gone in this match. And right now, Emporia not being as aggressive as they were to start the match, Luis. Do you think that has to do with the conditions?
Yeah, I think they have the control of the game, so they're just trying to don't be tired for the second half. I think
Conserve energy.
yeah, the first 15 minutes of the second half probably they're gonna start pressure the Eagles again and maybe score 1 or 2 goals.
Sure.
How you saw every time that Emporia do that, they score and almost they're not playing like with so much pressure right now. And they have the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Alexa Musikic gets knocked down on the play, and just a few moments before that, Carlos Noboa Molina actually took an elbow to the throat. He looks to be okay. I will say this: Carlos is one of those guys. I'm probably 6 inches taller than Carlos. I probably outweigh him by 100 and something pounds. And he's not somebody I'd want to try and get into a physical altercation with because
Yeah.
he just seems he's one of those guys. He's small, but man, he can take a beating. I
Yeah.
mean, he's not afraid of a little bit of physicality.
Yeah, he's one of the guy that you're gonna think 2 times before tackle him because you know that he can pass you like so fast.
He's gonna make you look bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. As Musikic still down on the pitch, we have the trainer coming out now to take a look at him, and oh man, you hope it's nothing serious here. He looks to be okay for the most part, but if you're trying, are you trying to sneak photos right now?
I'm just snapping you.
Hey, we got a minute. We can go ahead and snap one right now. We'll do it right now. Let's go ahead and do it. The first time that
Okay.
we're snapping a live photo
Okay.
on the Emporia FC channel right there. So
Okay.
there we go. We got everybody in on that one. So make sure you follow Luis Almeida on Snapchat. You can see that one, and then you can tell everybody we listened to it as it happened right there. That's pretty impressive. As again, the official is checking on Musikic, who's been down for about a minute and a half now. Carlos Noboa Molina and Leo Yakovic are coming over there to check on him as well. He's getting a hand up, and he's walking very tentatively on that left leg. As he'll get a round of applause here from the Emporia FC faithful. He's coming over to the sideline. I don't see a substitution coming in for him. As again, the trainer checking in on him. The official's having a bit of a conversation there, so 10 minutes left to go in regulation here as we've passed the 35-minute mark of the first half. Emporia FC still leading things 2-0 over Eagles FC. Emporia trying to improve to 500 on the season, 3-3, currently 2-3 on the year. As Joao Amado sends it across to Luan Nascimento. He gets into a foot race with an Eagles player, gets dragged down. Eagles FC now has possession, and it's cleared away there to Yakovic. Yakovic will just send it out of play. That was a little bit of a scary situation there.
Yeah. That's kind of the ball that you try to avoid giving the defense.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Luan looked like he was, I mean, it seems like all night long, Luan's kind of just walked around and kind of done what he wanted to in goal. This is the first time Eagles really pushed him right there. Another shot on goal. Great stop by Nascimento. That will go out of play to lead to a goal kick, but that's why you keep Luan Nascimento in goal. What a save. In the hockey world, we call that a 10-bell save right there.
10 save.
10-bell save. Ball goes into the box. It's knocked away by Nascimento, recovered by Eagles. They fire on goal. It goes off a couple of rear ends and out of bounds. You got to tell me, when you get hit in the back with a ball like that, when you're focused on the goal, is it more scary or painful?
I think it's more scary.
More scary. I appreciate your honesty. As Emporia, again, still leading it 2-0. Nascimento trying to get his troops in motion here. Looks like he's going to fire one down the field, as even Amato and Candido are making their way towards midfield. Yes, he will. Beautiful kick right to the 50-yard line here at Emporia High. As Jakovic gets it under control, sends it down the way. Noboa Molina gets pushed off the ball. And again, no call that way. That's the second time Carlos Noboa Molina has been essentially denied a chance at a shot by physicality like that, and no call came. Fritas, last touch, sends it out of play. Again, we do apologize to anyone out there who might be experiencing some technical difficulties. We are trying to bring everything to you with the elements being what they are, as we have to try and keep everything covered. So do want to give some love here again to Javen Arndt. He's working about 5 different jobs right now. So Javen, thank you so much for what you're doing. Slide tackle out of the box right there for Becketson Fortune, the goalkeeper for Eagles FC. Now the Eagles get it right back to midfield. We're coming up on 6 minutes to play in regulation here. Got to expect with the stops that we've had, we're going to probably have some significant added time. I'd imagine we might have probably 3 or 4 minutes of added time here in the first half. So there's been a few lengthy delays. Nascimento able to field the ball and then sends it back towards midfield. A few headers there, goes off the chest of Candido. Candido, little fancy footwork, sends it back to Amato. Amato up to Noboa Molina. Noboa Molina gets it picked away, and then he gets it right back, and that is the skilled feat of Carlos Noboa Molina. Alexa Musakic tries to send it over. Alex Almeida manages to get it and keep it in play, and he gets bowled over in the attacking zone, and there will be no call from the official again. I mean, I don't know what has to happen there.
No, for me it's a foul too, but I don't think the ref is gonna call this kind of situation with 2-0 for Emporia, you know.
Yeah. He's letting them play, I guess. That's all you can say about that. Approaching the 5-minute mark, as we are over 40 minutes gone now here in this first half. Emporia FC still leading things 2-0. Alexa Musakic gets in, fires it right off the chest of a defender. It stays with Emporia FC, and another shot on goal. It's in! Emporia FC scores again! Almeida gets in the score sheet here tonight. You hear it right there from our announcer, Gabe Serrano. Vamos, Leones. As now Alex Almeida, the Spaniard. Gets the goal in the 42nd minute of play, or sorry, the 40th minute of play, I should say. As we head back to midfield, Eagles will kick it off. And it's 3-0 Emporia FC. The goals belong to Leo Jakovic and Carlos Noboa Molina. Adding to it now, Alex Almeida. So we've had a goal from the United Kingdom. We've had a goal from Ecuador. We've had a goal from Spain.
Is missing one goal from Brazil.
We're just missing a few goals from Brazil. What are the odds of that? We have, what, 10 Brazilians out?
Yeah, bro, maybe.
10 Brazilians on the team, and they're the only ones that haven't scored yet. 42 minutes left to go here, or sorry, 42 minutes gone here in the first half. We're just having a good time up here, folks. Let me be clear. Emporia FC in firm control here. That shot's going to go off the side of Leo Jakovic, the United Kingdom transplant here to Emporia. As Eagles are trying to get the ball free, but they just run into an entire pack of Black Lions. And that's the thing is Emporia, again, they're up 3-0 with short time remaining here in the first half, Luis, but they just keep playing so aggressively on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think in this kind of system that Empower is playing, look like that we have players in all the parts of the pitch, you
Yeah,
know.
there's someone everywhere, absolutely.
So it's like you can see.
Noboa Molina back in on another opportunity. The fancy footwork there. Good dribbling. Shot on goal, and it's just wide. That's Alexa Musakic, and we apologize in case you caught the expression there. Alexa not too pleased with himself, but give him a great pat on the back. That was a good effort. Good team passing play there by Emporia. .43.5 minutes are down. About 90 seconds remain in the regulation of the first half. We'll see how much added time there is here for this first half, as there's been a lot of stoppages, as we mentioned, as Candido goes down, ball goes out of play, last touch by Eagles, so a throw in here for Emporia. Kishad Fritas will be the one to handle it. The official was, I think, signaling for Fritas to throw it to a certain area of the field, and he didn't, so that's a turnover to Eagles FC. Can you explain that one? I don't.
I think probably he did the wrong movement, so he just give the ball for the another team, you know.
I mentioned I've been watching soccer for years. I gotta be honest, that's the first time I've ever seen that.
In Brazil, we call this reversão.
Okay, gotcha. See, this is also the other reason why I bring you up here, so I can learn more about Brazil as well. Because I don't have a million people over here that I can ask about that. What a kick, a shot attempt there by Eagles. Nascimento gets in and stonewalls them again. Great defense by Emporia FC, staying in front of the ball. Oh, my goodness. Well, foul is called against Eagles, and the Eagles FC players not happy. The exact phrase, oh, my God, how? Trying to see who's down there. Is that Carlos?
It's Carlos.
Oh, man. Carlos Noboa Molina got tripped up. He's gesturing to his left leg right now. And, folks, I'm telling you, if you know anything about insurance policies, I'm telling you, Carlos Noboa Molina should get both of his legs insured for $1 million each because they are worth it. Anytime he gestures to his leg, I get very nervous. Well, we are over 45.5 minutes gone here. Have not heard officially how much time will be added. Trying to get an answer on that. So Emporia FC, again, has scored 3 times thus far. The first goal came from Leo Jakovic, in the 3rd minute. Then, just 6 minutes later, Carlos Noboa Molina would score, assisted by Alexa Musikic, who had an opportunity a little while ago. And then the 3rd goal of the game came in the 40th minute of play, thanks to Alex Almeida. And that is how we got to this 3-0 score in favor of the Black Lions. Jakovic trying to get something going here, dribbling around the defender. He's got an opportunity, sends the cross, but it's cut off. He was looking for Almeida on that right side, and the defense for Eagles just too fast. Noboa Molina now sends one into the box. Shot on goal, but it's just wide left. Almeida almost had his 2nd of the game. Good effort, though, by Almeida. A great pass there by Noboa Molina. And Luis, we were talking about this last week, the chemistry amongst all of you, having some of you never played together before. It seems like it gets better and better every single
Yeah.
week. I mean, right there, that passing play by Noboa Molina, that's pure chemistry.
Yeah, I can think you can bet between Alex and Molina. We have a good chemistry there.
Good
They have
chemistry,
like
yeah.
they understand how the other play works, and I think
Like they were
this kind of
reading their
situation
minds.
we just say.
Luan Nascimento comes with another takeaway as Carlos Noboa Molina slips up a little bit, probably due to the slick conditions down there on the field from the earlier droplets of rain. As Eagles FC regains possession. As we do apologize if you're having any technical issues here. Jakovic, another shot there on goal, or an opportunity anyways, but no good. It's taken back here by Eagles, now back to Emporia FC. Alexa Musikic is battling on the sideline. Goes out of play. And it'll be last touched by Eagles. Miguel Rivera gets the throw in from Candido. He'll send it back to Amato. Now back to Rivera. Rivera sends it in the box. Noboa Molina with a header, but that one's just a little wide. And that's another great opportunity there for Emporia FC as Carlos Noboa Molina came out of nowhere.
Absolutely, and we can see that Emporia is not so it's not so tiring.
Yeah.
It's having so much opportunities, you know.
They're taking advantage of every little chance they have, and you could see the goalkeeper for Eagles FC, Fortune. He seemed a little frustrated there that Noboa Molina was able to get in with such a great opportunity. The only thing that was missing from that header opportunity for Carlos Noboa Molina was the da 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 music as he flew in.
Absolutely.
Ball sent to the right side, can't reel it in. Can Eagles? So it'll go back to Emporia as we are over 49 minutes played here in this first half. Again, not quite sure how much added time there was. We're still waiting to hear officially, but I guess when the whistle blows, we'll know. They're guessing it was 3 minutes, but it's been a little over 3 minutes. Might
Maybe 5.
Yeah, it might be 5. You never know. Well, coming up closely on that. 49 minutes, 46 seconds gone. Alex Almeida has a defender creeping up on him there. He challenges, and they're going to call a foul on Almeida. So a free kick will be awarded here to Eagles. And it looks like Fortune, the goalkeeper, is going to come out to take it. Oh, a little bit of a fake out there. Now he sends it down towards his opposition in Nascimento, who just reels it in, and that will do it for the first half of play. At the end of one, it is 3-0. Emporia FC leading Eagles FC. We are going to step aside for just a moment, take a quick break, catch our breath, get some thoughts together, and we'll be back with some halftime analysis right here on the Emporia FC YouTube channel. Make sure you don't go anywhere. 3-0 Emporia heading into the second half. How will it end? You got to stick around to find out. Welcome back into the Lions Den, FC fans, as Tegan Terhune again joined high atop the Lions Den by Luis Almeida as Emporia FC up 3-0 over Eagles FC as we get set for the start of the second half. And, well, Luis, a very good first half there for Emporia FC.
Really good. You can see that the strategy of the coach is really working this first time,
Yeah.
and I think the second time, if the Eagles coach don't make something different, probably it's gonna work again.
Well, Eagles have had a whole 45 minutes to try and figure out this strategy for Emporia FC, but based on what you saw in the first half, do you think that they have figured it out at all, or they're still struggling a little bit?
I don't think so because actually probably they're gonna have some problems in the second time. I think because we can see that the third 5-2 is really difficult to play against. I play against teams with 3-5-2, and we don't have a really good understanding about this. Is getting so much harder and harder because the strikers always, how you can see, is Carlitos and Liu, and they don't play like just in the against the center backs. They are moving all the time.
They don't
So
stay. They don't
yeah, they
stay where you
stay.
expect them.
Yeah, they don't stay just for the pivot.
Gotcha.
So they're always moving, always trying to get the ball and make something different. And if you follow him, you're gonna open some space for the other guys. And this is a weakness in there.
Well, you do have to give some credit to Eagles FC in terms of their defense. Emporia's had a lot of opportunities in the first 45, but Eagles were able to hold them a few times. But you want to talk about somebody who's maybe out for a little bit of vengeance. That would be Alexa Musakic, who had an
Yeah.
opportunity to score a goal right there towards the end of the first half. I walked past him right when we were heading back up here to the booth, and he did not look very pleased with himself. And I've seen Alexa, he's one of those guys that when he's not in a good mood, everybody else better watch out because he plays better.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can see that the movement that Alex is doing is giving him so much time, and he's gonna give so much opportunity to score. And they don't know what to do.
They don't know how to do it, but Emporia FC will kick it off here to start the second half, the final 45 minutes of play just about to get underway here. Can you give a good roar, Luis?
What?
Can you give a good roar?
What is war?
Roar!
War!
We have fun up here in the booth at Emporia FC, and it helps when we're winning by 3 as Emporia FC kicks it off here. Want to say thank you again to our wonderful technician in Javen Arndt, who's been running back and forth here tonight. Again, we did have a little bit of rainfall earlier on in the matchup as getting tripped up is Leo Jakovic, and Jakovic wanting a call there, but the officials really not calling much of anything as Jakovic has it on his front foot now. Good fake out against the defenders. He sends it across the way, and it's cleared out by Eagles FC.
Ooh.
As we see some lightning in the
Yeah.
background there.
Some thunder.
Not yet. A little lightning in the background. I'm not sure if the officials have been made aware of it. See if
Ooh.
that's going to pause the matchup here as we have been preparing for the possibility of some thunderstorms in the area here the last couple of days. We had a little bit of activity overnight as Emporia FC back on the attack. Alex Almeida with a goal on the night already. Good pull up there. Tried to fire it across. It gets stuffed by Eagles FC. Now Jakovic has control. He gets tripped up. Good little fake there. Some good dribbling skills. He sends it over now. Trying to keep the possession was Rafael Suarez. As ball goes out of play, and now the official going to have a powwow with the players here. I think he's talking to one of the Eagles FC defenders. And they will break. We'll get a free kick awarded here to Emporia FC. And this is a sharp angle to try and put it on goal here, Luis. So what do you think Emporia is going to try and do here with this free opportunity?
It's more a ball for a left leg, so I think probably they're gonna. I'm sure that they're gonna cross the ball, but I don't know. Probably Miguel can try to shoot. He has a
Yeah.
good ability to that,
We've seen Miguel. He can bend it like Beckham.
and that's a kind of really hard ball to defend because
Yeah.
you don't know the ball sometimes can. Someone can have the ball. Sometimes the ball can came for the goal,
Well, you've got the wind
and the
coming,
win
though,
too
against you. So,
have two factors.
yeah. See what Rivera does here. He sends it in. It gets headed away. Jakovic has it. Shot on goal. It's deflected. Good opportunity there by Emporia FC. It goes out of play. It'll lead to a corner kick, I believe, for the Black Lions. And I think either Rivera or Suarez are going to take it. And it looks like Rafa heading over to the corner. Rafa has been pretty busy over on his wing position here tonight. Good service into the box. Header goes up in the air and easily taken away by the goalkeeper, Fortune, who not much build up there, just sends it straight to midfield. A little shoving there on Hishad Frites. Frites gives a little shove back. Ball goes out of play. Last touch by Eagles. And we talked about it early on. There was already some pushing and shoving in the early goings of this matchup, and you'd said it's probably only going to ramp up from here.
Yeah, I think he's gonna increase this kind of situation because Eagles is saying that they cannot beat in power with tactical things or technical. So I think they're gonna try to push everyone and try to maybe get a take one of the guys of Impar out with a head card. But it's just keep the mind and you
Yeah.
don't need to concern about that.
Well, you mentioned, that shoving, you're trying to not only muscle your opponents, but you're also trying to get in their heads a little bit, too.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be working, though, as Emporia has done a great job of maintaining their composure. As a bit of a desperate shot goes down the way and away from the goal, so it'll be a goal kick here for Luan Nascimento. We like to refer to him as no, 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 Nascimento, because that's what he tells you when you try to score on him. Luan coming off of a clean sheet last week, trying to do the same thing here tonight as Emporia again leading things 3-0. Could improve to 3-3 on the season. As Rafa sends it to Hishard. Hishard gets tied up again. Now gets bowled over. Wow. Fortune coming out pretty far, trying to battle off Noboa Molina. And that's not the person as Fortune out of position. The ball sent down the other way. I think the wind might have carried it a little to the left, but Fortune almost made an unfortunate mistake as Emporia was sending it right back towards the goal that he left unattended.
I knew he's gonna try to do that because when he saw the keeper away from the goal, he's always trying to shoot, even that he's behind the line of the midfield.
As again, we're starting to feel a few more dribbles of rainfall here as we thought we were going to be mostly dry here in the second half, but did not get that lucky. Over 50 minutes played in this matchup as Miguel Rivera now with it. Gets it to Jakovic. Jakovic goes back to Rafa. Rafa to Rivera. And Emporia struggling a little bit to get it out of their zone. As Leo will just bang it off the shin of a Eagles FC attacker. Rafa gets shoved to the ground. Now Eagles back on the attack. They cross it away, and nobody was there. Luan Nascimento diving to try and make a save. Didn't have to there. As I think that they thought that there was going to be, they had a man that was going to be on that far side of the goal, and he just didn't catch up to it, Luis. And bless you, by the way.
Thank you.
There's nothing worse than when you need to sneeze when you're live on the air. Are you cold, sir?
A little bit.
I gotta imagine you don't get these kinds of conditions in Brazil.
No. And this kind of weather, and why not too?
Welcome to Kansas. The Throw in for Eagles FC. It's off a few shins. And now Emporia trying to get it back. And they do. Player goes down on the far boundary. Eagles retain possession. A little tie up again. And this ball taken away by Emporia. Getting it back for Emporia was Kyle Lobo. As, oh, Jakovic gets run into on the sideline.
Oh, I told you they're trying to
They're
to
trying
make
to,
the.
yeah, trying and failing. Is Leo's one of those guys, and you, again, Luis, you can speak to this a little better. Leo's not one of those guys you can easily get in his head. He's
Yeah,
very composed.
he's a quick and calm guy, you know. And
Great cross opportunity there for Emporia, but it's just a little too strong. Again, maybe the wind playing a bit of a factor, carrying it a little bit farther. Over 53 minutes have been played in this match. Emporia still leading it 3-0 as Rafa Soares, I think the ball might have gone out of bounds. Official didn't call it there. Rafa gets it. Now back to Leo Jakovic. Jakovic trying to dribble around the defenders. He almost maintained possession. Great footwork there by Leo Jakovic.
and that's the way of the Leo trying to get his mind.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to mess him with dribbles.
You can push me all you want. I'll just dribble circles around you, is what Jakovic's saying to the opposition there. Slide tackle by Carlos Noboa Molina. Ball gets worked up to Almeida. Now back over to Jakovic. Jakovic goes to Rafa Soares. Soares crosses, a shot on goal, and well, if it was American football, that's 3 points. But unfortunately, it went through the wrong uprights. That was another great attack by Emporia. But again, Luis, a little too much power and maybe the wind getting underneath that one a little bit.
Yeah, again, is also I believe that we have to make pay some attention that Rafa is absolutely amazing in the functions.
Yeah.
He's just go and come back so fast. We can see that he can do this for like
Yeah.
54,
Yeah, 54 minutes.
54 minutes.
Well, his conditioning is impressive. That's for sure. But the thing,
Maybe one of the best physics that I have
yeah. So the funny thing is, you know, what I love about getting to do these games and getting to have folks like you on here is it's kind of an opportunity for a cultural exchange as we get a foul just off to the far right side of the Emporia FC goal. See what it leads to here. I think it's just going to be a throw-in for Eagles FC. Looks like it'll be a kick. But as I was saying, these opportunities for kind of a cultural exchange, you know, the thing I've always I tend to forget about Brazil is the R. You pronounce it like an H. You know, we call him Rafa, you call him Rafa.
Yeah.
You know, Richard Freitas, it's Richard.
Yeah.
I will never forget the day that you know, the Gracie family, Royce Gracie, the Brazilian mixed martial artist, the legend there. I remember the first time I ever heard of him, they said Royce Gracie is ball service into the box, headed away by Emporia FC. They were talking about Royce Gracie, and I said, well, who's Royce? All I see is Royce. It's amazing, the little differences
Yeah,
in language.
I had a friend in college that was talking me something about that. Like they cannot say the American can do that.
Cannot roll the R's.
Yeah, and I say why you can do that?
It's tricky. I grew up here in Emporia as Almeida has a good break on the ball, but he's going to be beat by Fortune out of the goal. I grew up here in Emporia where we have a very proud and strong Latin community. I was able to learn that, but it is tricky when, you know, for example, when you say Rivera, you know, a lot of people just say Rivera, you know.
Rivera, yeah.
Rivera.
Rafa.
Rafa, yeah. As Rafa Soares not able to maintain possession, they're going to give a free kick here to Eagles FC. Good news is that free kick's going to come from their own zone, so not a lot of damage they can do with 56 plus already played, approaching the 57th minute as Luis Almeida, my broadcast partner for the evening, starting to turtle up a little bit here, trying to Cover up the arms.
Yeah, it's getting so much cold
You're
right
going to get back to Brazil, and it's going to be too hot for you now. You're going to be like, oh, this is nothing, you know? I promise you, here in a few weeks, it's going to feel a lot like Brazil
now. Oh,
when it starts to
I
get
know.
hot.
The sun is gonna be worse than that.
That's Kansas weather for you. 1 minute it's blazing hot, the next minute it's freezing cold, and in between you get a bunch of rain showers.
When it's cold, it's so much cold. When it's hot, so much hot. And when you have a wine, it's a hard wine, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, Luis, letting people get to know you a little bit more, where are you playing when you're not playing here at Emporia FC?
Last year I played for Allen Community College in Iola, and I played the first team, and I think I did a, I'm sure that I,
Confident that I did a good job.
look,
As Carlos Noboa Molina, nice little pass there. Shot on goal, it's in! They beat him again! Noboa Molina generates the offense, and a little photo op for good measure. Alex Almeida gets the finish off the assist from Noboa Molina, and now Alex Almeida has a chance for a hat trick here tonight.
and if I have to bet something today, I bet a hat trick for
You're calling the
Alex.
hat trick.
Yeah,
All right, you heard it right there.
I'll win and Alex.
Luis Almeida believes in Alex. We're going to get that on a T-shirt. I believe in Alex Almeida right there. We'll sell him. That's going to be our side hustle. We'll make some extra money off that. The I believe in Alex Almeida T-shirt. As Emporia FC now really starting to pull away here on Eagles FC. 4-0 with over 59 minutes played. There's still a lot more action to come here before we hit the 90-minute mark. Good takeaway here for Emporia FC. Goes back to Soares, sorry. I was too confident there. Alexa Musikic going to try and track it down. But he can't beat Fortune. Not a lot of substitutions thus far on either side. Not many substitutes to speak of there for Eagles FC. And Emporia FC, of course, Coach Victor Ibarra has a lot of options for getting some fresh legs in, as I think we might get an offside here. No, Leo Jakovic gets possession, but it gets taken away, knocked out of bounds. Eagles FC trying to say that it was last touch by Jakovic. Official saying no, it wasn't. Rafa Soares going to throw it in. Soares trying to get around the defender. Ball goes up, a little pushing and shoving again. It goes to Rivera to Freitas back to Rivera. Now to Noboa Molina. Noboa Molina, 1 goal on the night, plus an assist on the last one that we just saw. Actually, 2 assists, I believe, as he did have the first shot that led to the goal by Almeida in the 40th minute of play in the first half. Have to check my stats on that here in a moment as we are approaching the 61 minute of play. Jakovic dancing around the defenders, goes to Musikic. Musikic loses possession. Now he's fighting for it, gets tangled up a little bit. No call. Jakovic, nice move around the defenders, tries to cross it to the opposite side, but it goes off a few shins. Last touch by Eagles, staying with Emporia. Rafa Torres goes to the corner to Jakovic. Jakovic now over to Almeida. Almeida going to be playing a little bit more physical, you got to imagine, as he's 1 goal away from the hat trick. Freitas and Soares double teaming. And ball sent down the way. Luan Nascimento comes way out of the box and sends it right up towards us. Heads up. Good hands down low, folks. We didn't get that on camera, but man, round of applause right down there for the man in the hat. Good job. Saved our lives. Thank you. Thank you, sir. That's the hard part you're going to learn about being on the broadcast is when a ball comes flying at you, you can't go anywhere. You're stuck.
and my hands was locked. So
And your hands were locked up. Yeah. My correction earlier. Do need to correct myself. The goal scored in the 40th minute by Alex Almeida was assisted by Alexa Musikic. So that was the first assist for Noboa Molina earlier. Sorry, a lot of things to try and keep track of. As Jakovic trying to track it down. Ball gets sent back to Fortune, the goalkeeper for Eagles FC, and he'll send it back the other way. And so far, Luis, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I'm seeing, Eagles FC have had a really hard time getting the ball across midfield unless they are just sailing it clear over there. They haven't really been able to penetrate the midfield attack there for Emporia FC.
that's the hard thing about play against how I told you in the first time,
Yeah.
3-5-2, because you have a lot of players in the midfielder and also in the open sides, you know.
Mhm.
So that's the hard thing. You can penetrate in this kind of system. Wow. Okay, substitution.
Just getting some substitutions
Okay,
here.
you can penetrate this kind of situation,
Yeah.
and I think we have to call attention for Leo that plays so good today and so comfortable. Even if the guys was pushing him,
Coming in
was
for Emporia FC is Danilo Obradovic, the Serbian. And my apologies to everyone that might be watching in Serbia. I know I've messed up Danilo's name multiple times. I'm trying to get it right. I believe it's Obradovic or Obradovic. Obradovic. That's I'm getting the nod. So Danilo Obradovic. I speak three languages. One is English. The other two are not Serbian, or Brazilian, or Portuguese.
if there is a guy that I don't want to be now, is the center back player against Luis Borin.
Luis.
So fit now, and he didn't play until now, so he has like 30 minutes to play,
Yeah.
and he's hungry to play and score.
He's ready to go.
Yeah, and trust me, I play against him in Allen.
Yeah.
He played for Pratt and I play for Allen, and it's so difficult. He's one of the best guys from Pratt,
Mhm.
and he makes so much difference when he's in the pitch.
Well, a lot of you guys are playing, JUCO soccer and college soccer. So you go from playing against each other to playing on the same team. Is it better when you've played against them and then you end up on the same team because you know how the other likes to work?
Uh, can you repeat just the last part?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm-
Having played against like Luis and things like that, does that help your chemistry when you play here together?
Yeah, yeah. Me and Luis will have a hard time in the game because we will have a kind of fight that game against us.
A little
But
too aggressive.
yeah, too aggressive. But I told for him like I hate playing against him because I love he playing. He's so good. Like I understand how he play and I understand because he makes the game difficult for me. So
Sure.
I know how make the game difficult for the other guy.
So he basically he's the kind of guy you don't like playing against, but you're happy to have him on your team.
Yeah, yeah,
I got you.
absolutely.
I got you. Ball goes out of play again. Nascimento will get the goal kick here. 65 minutes, 43 seconds gone in the second half. Just a short kick off to the right side. Goes up to the Rivera near midfield. Streaking down the sideline now. It goes to Danilo Obradovic. Now to Almeida. Almeida again looking for his third goal on the night. Rafa Soares puts it in. No good. Obradovic was trying to finish it, and he'll give a little kick to the goalpost. A little frustration there. Fair warning, my friend. That goalpost is unforgiving. I don't know if that's the one you want to kick. I've kicked a few of those in my life. I regretted it. But again, a little bit of frustration shown there as we get the goal kick. Obradovic comes out, and it's cleared out by Eagles FC right into the Emporia FC bench. Luis, the guys that tend to maybe get a little frustrated or get a little fired up when they miss a shot like that, is that the
Yes.
kind of teammate you want to have? They're passionate. I mean, obviously.
Oh, yeah, It's a normal reaction, you
Yeah.
know. No one wants to lose
But
some goals.
I got to imagine
And
on when you're on that team, you want to play with those guys who are very
yeah.
passionate about those kinds of misses or those kinds of moments.
So,
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
I,
Uh, the passion that he was showing,
oh,
that's
okay.
what you want in a
No,
teammate.
yeah, absolutely. I think I love playing with guys like that, and
Hmm.
I am a guy like that. If I'm the pitch, maybe in the next game you're gonna see that I'm the passionate guy that there is in the pitch. I'm
Yeah,
always screaming. I'm always saying things good for my teammates because
absolutely.
I think this can change the way that they play
Give them
and change
gives them
the
confidence.
and change the energy too.
Absolutely.
Even that the game is like 3-0 now. I
4-0.
think we need to put some guys like that because they wanna more than just play. They wanna win and score.
I believe
Is Edu,
think I see
Edu, Patrick, and
David
David.
Ferraro also getting ready. So Luan Nascimento might be coming out here. As David Ferraro in the scrimmage last weekend had some unbelievable saves. And we've said it before, Ferraro has given Coach Ibarra some tough decisions to make when it comes to who's going to start in goal because him and Luan are one heck of a combination. As Eagles make their way into the Emporia zone, it gets cleared back out now, trying to fully clear it to midfield are the Black Lions. Ball goes to Hishad Frites. Frites sent it to the left side to Luis Borin. Borin, little fancy footwork there at midfield. He's got room to work. Tried to feed it up to Obradovic, sorry. I'm trying, folks. I'm trying. It's, again, I can hear them just yelling at me in Serbia, just like, it's Obradovic! Obradovic! I'm sorry. I'm trying. There's a lot of vowels. As Alex Almeida will intercept at midfield and send it out of play. Here come the substitutions here.
Now subbing in for Emporia FC, number 31, David Ferraro.
David Ferraro coming out to relieve Luan Nascimento to a big applause from the crowd. Ferraro definitely a favorite.
Number 9, Edu Junior.
And of course, Edu Junior. Got to meet Edu last weekend. I got to really talk to him a little bit. Such a nice guy. I mean,
Yeah,
really.
really nice guy.
But when he gets on the pitch,
Yeah, you don't wanna play against
all
him.
bets are off. Yeah. He and Ferraro had a little bit of a collision during the scrimmage last weekend, and it goes to show you got guys that want to play and they want to play hard, and Edu is one of those guys.
That's the thing. Play against Emporia. I don't think I wanna be the opposite team because if you look for the Emporia team bank, you're
Uh-huh.
gonna see a lot of good and the same level guys
Yeah.
that are playing one of the level.
Well, guys that could be playing at pretty much any level,
Yeah, any
essentially.
level. We have a
Yeah.
dude that's wait. It's an I for me. It's an I level more can be a D1 level too.
D1. Yeah.
D1 level, and you're gonna see now.
Absolutely. Well, and I mean, nobody comes out to play this game in these conditions without passion for it and love for it. And I think, I get to look through some of your guys' resumes, and we've seen a lot of accomplishments on those resumes, including the fact that some of you have even had the chance to play for your national teams at a certain level. That's got to be a big pride and confidence booster. As Ferraro will get it from Rivera, as we do have a player down for Eagles FC. He shot Frites, goes to Rivera. Also out there, one of our players to watch, Patrick Aludor, the Anguillian. Patrick, again, had the winning goal for Emporia FC in the last matchup against CKU, as trying to get a break on the ball was Aludor. Again, apologies if I'm butchering that. He tried to tell me how to say it a few times last weekend. On the fourth try, he just gave me a look. It's like, just do your best, man. Just do your best. Just try your best. I'm like, I'm trying, Patrick. I'm trying. But Patrick did have the winning goal in the added time on Wednesday to seal the victory over CKU.
Oh.
As Rafa Suarez trying to get free, crosses it, fires the shot. Fortune was out of position, but unfortunately so was the kick. Believe that was Adu. Yes, it
Yeah, what's it
was.
do?
Adu Jr. trying to slide right in there. Just again, I think the wind not as intense as it was a little while ago, but it's still carrying that ball a little far as Elidor tries to head it in. No good, and the ball will go out of play. Good stop there by one of our reserve players for Emporia FC. Firing it into the box, headed away. Ball bounces around. Obradovic trying to fight for it. And Eagles will clear it out of their zone. It's kept in the attacking position here by Emporia FC. Hafa. Good little leg. Fortune couldn't get a handle on it. It comes free, but nobody can get it to go in the net. Ball is intercepted by Kyle Lobo. Lobo was trying to set something up there, and Fortune will send it sky high towards Rafa Soares. Rafa couldn't do much with it, but
Now subbing in for Emporia FC, number 14.
we will get a throw in for
Tomas
Emporia FC.
Arriagada.
As you just heard there, subbing in for Emporia FC, the forward, Tomas Arriagada, the Chilean. So we now have Chile represented in the game.
It's a big South American team.
What's that?
No, that everyone here, there is a, if you put everyone together, it's a big South American team.
It's a huge South American team, absolutely. As Patrick Alador getting held up a little bit. And I'm going to tell you right now, to the gentleman that's trying to muscle Patrick around down there, good luck. Good luck with that. That is not a matchup you want to try and fight. Ball headed away here by Eagles. Trying to get back on the attack. I believe it is Sadir Ali. If I am incorrect, I apologize. Trying to see the numbers as best I can. As now settling in are Eagles. They can't seem to really get anything set up. They're just kind of a lot of passing there before Emporia just comes in and takes it away. Good stop there by Hishad Frites with over 75 minutes gone in the match. Again, Emporia FC still leading things 4-0. Eagles FC has had some opportunities, but they have not been able to find the back of the net. An opportunity there. Ferraro trying to get in front of it. That one goes up and over through the uprights, but not the ones they wanted. So both teams now with a field goal, which, if this wasn't traditional football, would be great. But unfortunately, there's only one set of bars you got to get the ball between, and they didn't do it there. So we do have a down player for Eagles FC in the net. They are checking on him. Not quite sure what might have been the issue there. There was a lot of pushing and shoving, a little bit of bumping there. As again, it's been an interesting one out here in the elements tonight. We've had a little bit of rainfall. We've had some wind. Luis is freezing.
The sun appeared a little bit after he
The sun
disappeared
appeared
again.
a little bit, yeah. But now it's a little past 9 o'clock in the evening. No sunshine coming. As it looks like the official's signaling for a trainer here. So I think we're going to get a little bit of an examination. And this is the second time we've had to halt play for a good deal of time. As we mentioned earlier, Alexa Musikic got tangled up and had a little issue with his leg. They had to basically pull him off to the side. We will resume play here. Ferraro starts the passing here as Kyle Lobo goes back to Ferraro. Ferraro will send it up the way. Get a throw in here for Emporia FC. Goes into the backfield. Kishar Frites now has it. He'll send it over to Rafa Suarez. Suarez.
Suarez.
Suarez?
Suarez.
What did I tell you
I
before we came on the air? Do not correct me, sir. No.
oh, so
I'm kidding.
no,
I'm kidding. Is it Suarez? He told me Suarez.
no, depends on him. Depends of the person.
Maybe he did. Yeah, maybe he didn't understand what I was asking. Suarez. Thank you, Luis. I'm so glad you waited 80 minutes to tell me that. Only kidding. Only kidding.
Did you tell you to don't correct you?
No, on that one, I'm okay with it. Emporia FC still keeping the pressure here. Adu Jr. crosses it, goes off the toes and in! Emporia FC goal by Luis Borin!
Emporia FC goal! Scored by number 22.
Luis Borin. Well, there we go. Brazil is in the score sheet, Luis. Brazil did it. We've had a goal. We have had a goal from Brazil, Spain, Ecuador, and the UK here tonight. Actually, 2 goals from Spain. Again, Alex Almeida looking for the hat trick here tonight. But now 5-0 is the score for Emporia FC as we are approaching 10 minutes to go in regulation. And so far, it's been an absolute offensive dominance for Emporia FC. Another opportunity here. Trying to cross it there was Borin. It gets cleared away by Eagles FC. 80 minutes now in the books here for this matchup. 10 to go in regulation. Got to imagine we will probably see some more added time. We saw about 5 minutes in the first half. Might be on the same track here as Hishad Frites just fires one up into the sky. Being very vocal at midfield. I believe that's Joao Mato. And that just goes to show you that even when Emporia is up by a big margin here, Luis, they're still very vocal, very focused.
They want to win.
They want to win.
We don't have a lot of guys in the same team with that want so much win that they have this kind of desire, you know.
This late in the game, too.
And like I'm surprised because it's not 10-0.
Yeah.
Because
Well, you got to give a little credit to Eagles there. They
Yeah.
have managed to stop a few really good looks for Emporia, albeit not saying anything controversial, just saying maybe they've stopped it by some less than legal means, but we'll let you decide, fans. You get to watch the footage. But nonetheless, yeah, Eagles FC, the score is not pretty, but could have been a lot worse. We could
yeah,
it
could be
easily
worse.
be
The-
10-0.
Trust in us, could be worse.
Could be much worse. As we have a corner kick coming for Emporia FC. Good service into the box. Goes right towards goal, and it's saved, but not before another shot gets fired on. Ball comes free. Staying here with Emporia FC. Borin was trying to keep it in play in the box. That's not going to happen. Rafa Suarez was fighting for it. It's knocked out of bounds by Eagles FC. It stays with Emporia now. Suarez looking for an open man. Finds it in the corner in the form of Adu Jr. Adu battling for it, and they're going to call a foul on Adu. I don't like that one. Not going to lie. It's only because he's such a nice guy. I'm always going to fight for Adu. Always going to fight for him. Shook my hand, looked me in the eyes, called me sir.
That's it, dude.
He's a good dude. I'm going to fight for him. I don't care what he does. He could go and knock over the whole goal. I'll still say he did nothing wrong.
He's a good guy. He's not never gonna hurt anyone.
He's a good dude, very good dude. But that the same could be said for all the guys on Emporia FC. We've got a lot of good players, good people. Did get to bring my niece and my nephew out here to see everything before the game started. Everybody came up and said hello, and as we get another shot on goal, this time by Rafa Suarez, as that one is knocked away. But all the guys came up, gave my nephew, my 1-year-old nephew, knuckles and fist bumps and everything. So, yeah, that's just the kind of team we have here at Emporia FC. Very family-oriented. Family is very important to all of our players in the black uniform. Luis Perin has it right towards the goal line as he gets tripped up on a challenge. No foul will be called by the official. They're going to say that was a good challenge. I question it. Getting knocked down, trying to maintain possession was Kyle Lobo. Nice challenge there by Suarez. And it goes out of bounds, last touch by the white jerseys. So a throw in here from Rafa. We're going to get another substitution.
Now subbing in for Emporia FC, number 2, Joao Aguiar.
Joao Aguiar, the Brazilian, coming out here for Emporia FC, the defender. Coming off for the first time in 84 minutes will be Felipe Candido, the fellow Brazilian.
What?
Was that not Felipe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Felipe? Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad we're on the same page. I was saying he was being replaced. Felipe was coming off the pitch
Oh yeah.
for the first time this game.
So I didn't pay attention. I was paying
It's
attention.
okay. It's all right.
Because
You're locked in, man. I appreciate it.
João was saying something for half. I was trying to understand.
Well, that's what we have you here for, to listen in and try and give us the deets. As Emporia FC still being pretty aggressive there at midfield despite being up 5-0 with just 5 minutes to go in regulation. They're not wanting to give up this clean sheet, as now we'll get a foul call. This one's going to go against Kyle Lobo, and Lobo's going to get a yellow. So Kyle Lobo receives a yellow in the 85th minute. He will join Miguel Rivera in that regard, as Rivera received a yellow card earlier on in the first half.
I think they did bad.
Uh,
So worse
you
foul
said
than
it, not
that.
me.
And now
I'm not questioning that it might have been a bookable offense. I'm just saying we've seen a lot of those kinds of pushes and shoves
yeah.
on the other side, and that hasn't resulted in much. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Lining up the shot here. A lot of bodies off to the far side of the goal. Service into the box. Ball is still free. Trying to defend is Emporia. Comes free, and Emporia FC stands tall yet again. Keeps the sheet clean for the moment. It was a good look there by Eagles, but they just couldn't make anything happen. Emporia did a great job of swarming on top of that loose ball.
Oh.
86.5 minutes played. Ball comes free in the Eagles FC zone, and trying to finish it there was Obradovic. It's taken away by Beckinson Fortune. Ball gets sent down towards the Emporia FC end and out of bounds. Last touch by Eagles FC, so it'll go back to Emporia as starting to feel a little drizzle here again in the Lions' Den. Ishard Frites throws it in. It's taken away by Eagles FC. Now back at midfield. Frites trying to get it back. Going to challenge there. Not much to do. Ball comes free at midfield. Nobody with it yet. Eagles regain possession. 87.5 minutes played now. We are over the 3-minute warning. We will hopefully see how much added time there will be. Again, we had about 5 minutes of added time in the first half. Got to think we might be on track for that. It's crazy how 90 minutes seems like a long time, but when you're just sitting here chatting and talking and watching the game, it's
It's
crazy how
really
fast it
fast.
goes
Yeah.
by. Yeah. 1 minute ago, I looked up, there was 67 minutes on the clock. Now it's been 88 minutes. It's just crazy how fast time flies when you're having fun. Or at least certainly hope you're having fun.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Your game is so fun.
That's good to hear. It's always fun when you're winning. Ball sent back to midfield now. Bradovic gets it free. Racing for it there was Obradovic. He can't get to it in time. Sent out of play. Trying to save it in was Miguel Rivera. He'll throw it along the boundary line. Adu Jr. Another cross. Obradovic. Nice finish! Another goal for Emporia FC. This one coming straight out of Serbia.
Scored by number 20, Danilo Obradovic.
Danilo Obradovic makes it 6-0 Emporia with 1 minute remaining in regulation. Gets it in the 88th minute of play. And give the assist to Adu Jr. So Adu with 2 assists on the night in the second half.
Edu Jr. Vamos, Leones.
Rawr.
Rawr.
Rawr. There it is. The roar of fear right there. Is we are over 89.5 minutes gone.
Yeah.
It looks like the officials are going to go ahead and call it right
You wanna
there.
go home.
Still had 15 seconds to go. Officials say this one is done. It will be a 6-0 victory as the Emporia FC pride of fans. You can hear them in the background there cheering. 6-0, the final
6-0.
score. Emporia FC downs. Eagles FC improves to 3-3 on the season.
More on quick game.
What's that?
More on quick game. No goals.
And another
guess.
clean sheet. Yes, that is right for the pair of Luan Nascimento and David Ferraro. Hopefully we'll get a chance to speak with Luan, get some thoughts on him as he is now on a streak of shutouts. 2 in a row here for the Brazilian goalkeeper. And a great showing. We're going to have a lot of different options for players to talk to. 6 goals on the night. I mean, obviously, you got to talk to the Spaniard Alex Almeida. He's got 2 on the night. I think we might have to bring up our good friend Edu Jr. from Brazil with 2 assists on the night. We got to talk to the captain in Carlos Noboa Molina. We'll see who we can get here, but make sure you stay tuned. The final score, 6-0. Emporia FC downs Eagles FC here in the Lions Den. We're back with post-game coverage here from the Lions Den on the official Emporia FC YouTube channel in just a Welcome back high atop the Lions Den. FC fans, Emporia FC gets it done 6-0 over Eagles FC here tonight. And to tell us a little bit about it, we got several players lined up here, including 2 goals on the night, all the way from Spain. We got Alex Almeida. And, well, Alex, you're starting to become a regular up here with us,
Yeah.
doing some great things. But talk us through tonight's. How did things look? How did things feel for you?
So tonight I felt with a lot of more confidence because I had some games that I wasn't playing my best, and I had to try to come in and do whatever I know to do. So I played with a lot more confidence today.
Yeah. Well, tell us about that first goal. I mean, it looked like the first shot went in there, didn't quite go in. You just come in, you bang it in there. I mean, what were you seeing, and what were they giving you defensively that you were able to get in and get the goal?
Yeah, so I was there, I saw the ball, I ran into it, and I knew the goalkeeper was going, so I tried to chip it a little bit because if I only shoot in the floor, the keeper would save it. So
Well, you score again about 18 minutes later in the second half at the 58th minute. When you get that second goal, is the only thing on your mind at that point hat trick, hat trick, hat trick, hat
yeah,
trick?
there were some people telling me that I have to score a hat trick, but I couldn't at the end. But 2 goals tonight as well. But I wanted to. I wanted to.
It showed that you wanted to, but you still managed to maintain your composure very well. You didn't seem to change your style of play at all. You kept going for it every opportunity, but you were still very composed throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, so I tried to play the same way because it was working all the game and make the team look better as well.
Well, you certainly did that. And how are you feeling about the chemistry of this team? This is, I think, the best that we've seen you guys this season, and that's saying a lot because you guys have looked pretty good throughout the year.
Yeah, it is. It is. At the end, we are starting to know him more each other in the house as well. Everybody doing more things together, and it's going better.
Well, it looks fantastic out there. You guys are now 3-3 on the season. How does this motivate you going forward?
So we have to now think about the next game and keep winning game on game.
Yeah, well, a great win for you guys here tonight, 6-0 over Eagles FC. Congratulations on the 2 goals tonight. Go enjoy it and get ready for next week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That is Alex Almeida, the Spaniard. 2 goals on the night. The first coming in the 40th minute, the second coming in the 58th minute. Another big player out there, Miguel Rivera. We're going to get in here real quick, get him on the headset. Miguel, welcome.
Hello, how are you?
Doing very good. Glad to have you. Let's make sure we get that microphone right there. Very
Okay.
good. Well, Miguel, you were a big part of tonight's victory there in the midfield. I mean, talk us through the game. What was it like for you? What was Eagles FC doing that maybe you found challenging, or some of the things they did that you think made things a little easier?
I think we did a great job during the week. We worked so hard with the coach, with the players we have. We have a lot qualities in the middle and in every position,
Hmm.
and I saw a lot space in the middle to them, and we find the goals too quickly.
You know, we were talking about the weather conditions up here. It was pretty windy throughout the game. Of course, now the wind's starting to die down, but it started raining a little bit there in the first half. Did that affect you guys at all?
I think it's just for 15 minutes,
Yeah,
but yes, in the field when you play to the grass, it's difficult when you play too quickly. The ball
sure.
is making too quickly to us.
So is this field a little easier to keep your feet underneath you when it starts to get wet?
I think I feel better with this field.
Really?
To the last field is
Yeah.
I think it's worse.
Fair enough. Well, Miguel, a big night here tonight. 6 goals, the biggest margin that you all have won by
Yes.
this season. How does this build your guys' confidence heading into the next match?
I think this is so good for us because they keep it off the our points.
Yep.
I think you know, but with this 6 points we have right now, I think we going up. We are
Yeah.
so excited with that.
Well, you guys get a 1-0 victory in added time last week. A
Hmm.
very physical game with
Very physical game.
CKU.
Yes.
Eagles FC, they seemed pretty physical as well, but you guys stood up to the task there. That also has to give you confidence, knowing that these teams are going to come and try and push you around, but you don't really respond to it.
I think we just keep our mind in score goals
Mm,
and don't play in this game,
mm.
but we continue scoring and that's it.
Well, you did that in bunches, half a dozen goals here tonight.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you. Is there anything that you would like to say to your family back in Colombia? Anything that's hopefully they're watching? Anything you'd like to let them
Yeah,
know?
and my girlfriend. I gonna say in Spanish because they don't
Go
speak.
right ahead. Look right into the camera. Make sure you give her the eyes. You know.
Yes, que los quiero mucho y que así esté lejos siempre voy a estar luchando por ustedes y voy a estar haciendo lo mejor de mí para que me puedan ver en un futuro mejor. Y a mi novia que me está viendo, muchas gracias, que te amo mucho.
Well, Miguel, we know it can't be easy being away from your family, but we are so glad to have you here with us. You have been a big part of this team.
Thank you
Great
so
job
much.
tonight.
Thank you so much.
We wish you nothing but the best going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is Miguel Rivera joining us here on the Knights. Again, 6-0 was the victory here for Emporia FC. We do apologize. We're kind of shuffling people in and out here as we are trying to beat the weather. We don't want to get poured on. We got a lot of equipment here. Now, the young man that I've been trying to get on the headset for the last several games, Coach Victor Ibarra,
Thank
just
you.
keeps him away from me. He's sitting over there laughing about it. It's not funny, Coach. We're going to talk about it.
No, he doesn't like me.
He may not like me very much, but we welcome in Luan Nascimento. And Luan, first and foremost, you've had a great season already, but now your second straight shutout here tonight. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling really well. The team is playing amazing.
Yeah.
Changing fields helps a lot too because we have a lot more space. We have a lot of quality. Backline amazing. Midfield we have a lot of quality. We're scoring goals now too, which helps a lot. So I'm really confident going forward now.
You know, you are one of those guys, you're very composed in goal. But a few times we saw you come out pretty far and start to really push their offense a little bit. Was that just your confidence building, or is that just something you're trying to be a little bit more comfortable with?
No, that's my place. I like to play up a little bit more so everybody can be up and I cover that back line and that helps building up too. So that's just the way that I like to play.
Well, you know, I mentioned we had Luis Almeida on the headset with us tonight, and I told Luis you had a huge save in the first half. A big sliding save right there. Got the foot in there, stopped it. It looked like it was going in. But talk us through that moment, kind of what you were seeing. How do you stay so composed in that situation?
On that one, you see that the ball is just with the guy. It's you and him. I try to maintain my body in front of it, like cut the angles. And on that one, it's so close that you just spread and you pray a little bit. I saw that he was going through the right, so I went to the right, and luckily I got my foot on it.
50% talent, 50% God. Very good.
But definitely a lot of reading.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Luan, I can't mention your work in goal without also bringing up David Ferraro. David has come in and relieved you a few times.
Yes.
Talk about your relationship.
No, it's amazing. Like one of the best teammates, goalkeepers that I've ever had. Like in practices, he helps a lot. He works hard every single day, so like him having minutes today makes me happy.
Well, you guys faced off against each other in the team scrimmage last weekend, and we were kind of sitting there, and I'm not gonna lie, and this is no disrespect to David, but we did kind of say, well, we got to give the edge to Lawan. You know, he's the one we've seen the most, but David really stepped up in that scrimmage.
No, played
And
amazing.
you know, when you have two solid goalkeepers between the two of you, that's got to be a tough decision for Coach Ibarra.
For sure. Like he's like
He took off.
yeah. No, but definitely.
Yeah.
Like if one has a bad practice or one steps up in the next game, he's gonna be the first goalie in. It's really good to have that competition. That really pushes you to be better, and
Well,
I'm happy about it.
it certainly looks like it's been a good motivator for both of you. You guys have
for
looked
sure.
fantastic in goal this
Thank you.
season. Again, congratulations on the consecutive shutouts here. Is there anything that you would like to say to your family, hopefully watching back home in Brazil?
Just thank you so much. I love you guys and thanks for being supportive all the time. Muito obrigado, gente. Amo vocês. Vocês estão no meu coração sempre aqui.
Oh, beautiful. Well, Luan, we've gotten to know each other pretty well over the season. I can't wait to see what you do from here. Just know we're always up here cheering you on.
For sure.
Congratulations on the win tonight. Go enjoy it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That is Luan Nascimento joining us here on the headset. We now will welcome in our good friend Rafa Suarez as Huffa, I have to start with an apology because, again, I'm not Brazilian. And so I see a Rafa and I go, Rafa. And then I've been saying your name wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
I've been
for sure,
saying
for sure.
Suarez.
Yeah,
It's
sorry.
Suarez.
Yeah, for sure, for
So
sure.
my
No
apologies.
problem, no problem.
But man, I do not apologize for the work that you do out there on that field. You were in the middle of everything tonight. Against a physical team in
Yeah,
Eagles FC, you were giving up a lot of height.
yeah.
How do you stay engaged like that? How do you win those possessions?
Uh, I think for me the best way to do that is stay concentrate, stay focused on the game.
Hmm.
Like I'm trying always to pretend the place, you know. So I was thinking like the other team was with a high line, so I was trying to see before to receive the ball to look the best opportunities.
Well, you guys get a 6-0 win. You played a big role in that, getting a lot of balls into play to try and get them in the goal, and a lot of them found the back of the net. Uh, when you have teammates like, let's take, for example, Carlos Noboa Molina, guys who can do a lot with the ball, how confident do you feel when you're just trying to send it across, knowing that they're going to be there?
No, for sure. I think even that I didn't receive the ball in the overlap, I will stay running. And when I receive, I was trying to look for the area and trust in my teammates. And we have a lot of good strikers, good players. So it's so good that so good.
Well, we do have to mention Kyle Lobo, and I forgot to bring it up with Miguel earlier, but they both picked up a yellow card here
Yeah.
tonight. When that happens, what goes through your guys' mind when you see two of your more physical players, two of your real leaders in their positions? You see them get those yellow cards. Do you feel like you have to step up more and kind of pick up a little bit more of the action because they have to be extra careful?
For sure, for sure. Um, these two guys are so important for us. We always have take care about that, and they are two defenders. So I said for Miguel, 50-50. Take care, not to go too hard. We are here, and obviously we trust in our teammates on the bench, and that's good that the coach did the subs
Yeah.
and preserve Miguel for the next game as well.
Well, and you guys, obviously, it's not going to get any easier going forward, but man, you all have come together so well here over the last few weeks. We saw in the team scrimmage last week,
Yeah.
got a little physical between all of you, but it seemed like that kind of just made you all a little bit more tight knit.
For sure, for sure. We are competitive players.
Sure.
We have a lot of good players. So for each spot, we have like two, three excellent players, and it's normal. A team that wants to win the national championship,
Yeah.
we have to stay focused. We have to push each other, and for me, I like that. I like that.
How are you feeling about the team going forward here? You mentioned the national championship. Do you
Yeah.
guys see that as a possibility?
No, for sure, for sure. We are working a lot hard about that. We are here living every day together, doing our stuff, try to be a group. And for me, I see a lot of opportunities about that, and we trust each other. And if God bless us, we are gonna win.
Absolutely. Well, before we let you go, this is the first time we've gotten to have you on the headset. So, is there anything that you'd like to say to your family back in Brazil? Anything you'd like to say to the fans out there watching?
First, I love the pronounce Brasil. I love the pronounce.
Thank you.
But I want to say, família, obrigado pelo apoio. Amo vocês, estou com saudade. E um abraço aí para vocês. Amo vocês.
Fantastic. Well,
Thank you for the
thank
opportunity.
you so much, Hafa. We appreciate you, and good luck here down the stretch.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. That is Hafa Suarez joining us here on the headset. We have one more player coming our way here as we welcome in. We'll say bienvenue to Edu. Good. We have Edu Jr. joining us here on the headset. Another member of the Brazilian contingent here.
Yes.
Edu, you came in midway through the second half.
Mhm.
You guys are up already by 4 goals in that scenario. When you're heading out onto the pitch in that situation, what's going through your head at that point?
I was so motivated for this match. It's so good to play. It's a wonderful feeling, and to be part of this group is amazing. When I got in the pitch today, I already know what I need to do, and that was what I what was was just feeling, you know. I just
Yeah.
feeling and do well.
Well,
God is good.
Edu, well, he's very good, and Edu, he was very good to you here tonight. You had 2 assists
Yes.
on the night. I mean, you were trying to fire that thing in there. We saw it a few times, but you were setting up so many opportunities. The last 2 goals on the night didn't happen without you. It just seemed, and I've said this to a lot of the guys, it just seems like the chemistry between all of you
Hmm.
is at an all-time high right
Oh
now.
yeah. I think the environment is so good. We we are always comfortable. We are always supporter each other, and this make all the different, you
Yeah.
know. Uh, and it's nice because they believe in me,
Hmm.
they trust in me, not only the players but the coach as well.
Yeah.
When I got in the field, uh, they already know what I need to do, and they help me a lot.
Yeah.
When they know that I'm so fast, and they trust me when I went with the ball.
So you mentioned being fast. There's a few times we saw the ball going towards the goal, and we're just like, "There's nobody there. There's a dude!" Like just out of nowhere. I mean,
Yeah, like
uh,
magic.
it just looked like magic out of nowhere. But being able to have your teammates rely on you—that's a big part of it. But when you're sending that ball across, and there doesn't look like there's anybody open or anybody there, and all of a sudden somebody does the same thing, they show up. That requires a lot of trust, and it seems like you guys are
Oh
just
yeah.
kind of now into that basis where you can just pass it and someone's going to show up.
Yeah, of course. Uh, 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 as I told you, they trust in me, and I am with the ball. They know. Hey, that's a do with the ball. Let's go. Let's
Adu's got it. We got
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Well,
Let's run into the box, and he gonna pass the ball for us.
well, a 6-0 win here tonight for you guys. How does this build your confidence heading into next week?
He's so good. He's so good. He's so good win. The second win in a row. But we need to turn the key and go forward for the next match. But we need to celebrate this win as
Yes.
well because we work a lot during the week. Wake up at the 5 a.m.
Mhm.
and we know where we want to where we want to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you guys improved to 3-3 on the season. Congratulations on
God is
that.
good.
Congratulations
God
on
is
the
good.
2 assists.
Hmm.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the fans and family watching
Oh
back in
yeah.
Brazil?
I want to say thank you all the fans in Emporia, and I want to talk in Portuguese right now.
Please.
Uh, Quero mandar um beijo para minha família, minha esposa, meu filho, Benjamin, a Gabriele, os meus pais, a minha igreja também, my church em Nova Iguaçu. I'm so happy and thank you for everything, family. Thank you for everything. I love you.
Well, I don't think anyone's more happy than the city of Emporia to have you here.
Mhm.
Edu, we've gotten to know each other over the last week or so. I'm just so grateful.
Oh yeah, oh
Your
yeah.
your personality and your positivity really shows out there on the pitch. So thank you for bringing it
Thank you
here to
so much.
Emporia, and we're so
You're
glad to have
amazing,
you.
bro. Thank you so
Ah, I
much.
don't know about that. Thank you. That is Edu Jr.
Yes,
joining us here
sir.
as we are going to welcome in head coach Victor Ibarra here.
Yeah.
Get his thoughts on the game. Edu, go enjoy it.
Thank you
You've
so
earned it.
much.
Great job here
I love you,
tonight.
bro.
I love you. I told you, I mentioned it during the broadcast. This is a family atmosphere, man. We love each other. That's just the way it is, and there's nothing better than an Edu hug after a win like that. But I'll take one from Coach Ibarra as well. Congratulations, Coach, on the victory. A very solid victory here for your team after several weeks of very close contests. How does it feel to be able to get a win like this?
It's really nice. I thought the guys in the first half were a little relaxed, but it's I mean it's always nice to just not, I guess, be so stressed, you know.
Yeah.
Let your play and execute. Like I tell the guys, the technical mistakes are gonna happen and they can be worked on, but you got to be able to execute at some point. And I thought we still left some goals I believe on the field,
Yeah.
but it's always like you said, it's nice to be able to put the game away early.
Well, we had Luis Almeida up here doing commentary with me here tonight. He said the same thing. I'm surprised we're not up 10-0 or 11-0 because there were a lot of great opportunities. I mean, you have to give credit where it's due. Eagles FC, they did a good job of disrupting some of the stuff there in the box and in the attacking zone. But I'm going to ask a controversial question. Little physicality that we thought maybe could have warranted a free kick or at least a foul here or there, and it didn't seem the officials were really awarding them.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you have to play according to what is how it's being called.
Fair enough.
And so the guys, we promote a atmosphere in practice where we're very, very physical. You could tell, like, when the subs came in, Patrick, Adu, Luis. I mean, Patrick and Adu are just as fast as they come.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you have Luis, who's very technical, but also has quite a bit of a speed behind him. So, like, you've been fighting Carlos and Leo and Alex up top, and all of a sudden you take those guys off and you put these freight trains in, and it like we're up for whatever the other team is wanting to do. You know, we were able to play CKU over at in Salina, and it was a tight game. And we could have definitely put them away early, and we didn't. And so for that, it was a tough, tough win. And this team plays a little bit more spread out,
Yeah.
and allowed us to get in between the lines and the channels. And man, we had so many chances to be able to, like you said, be able to be up by quite a bit.
Yeah, but it seemed like every opportunity that they maybe missed only motivated them to go forward. I mean, we were talking about Danilo Obradovic. You know, he missed a shot at one point, goes over, kicks the field goal literally at one point, comes back, and about 10 minutes later, he finds the back of the net. So, I mean, we've talked about this before. You've got very passionate players on your team, and they might have a moment where they're not very pleased with themselves, but it seems like it only motivates them. And I know you well enough to know those are the kind of guys you want playing for you.
Absolutely. I think the guys are, you don't have to get up and, hype them up to get going. I think they're very hungry. I think they get mad the fact that they're not playing, but I don't expect anybody sitting on the bench to be happy about that.
Yeah.
But they should definitely be supportive. And like you mentioned about Adu and how great of a smile he has, how supportive he is. I think a lot of the guys are that way. You saw everybody going over to Danilo and hugging him
Hmm.
because he's been struggling a little bit, and so they're all happy for one another at the end of the day, and they're happy for a win. And we need to celebrate the good. We need to work on the bad, and ultimately, we got to keep continuing working towards the purpose that we have.
Well, a big win here. You guys are now at 500 on the season, 3-3. Last I had checked there, and next up for you will be Ryogoku.
hmm
What do you know about them, and what are you expecting in that matchup next Saturday?
So they're an academy-based team. So what they try to do is they try to start very young. So a lot of 16, 17, 18-year-olds, and they're looking towards the future. So like here in 5 years, they're going to be amazing because they're really like they have a purpose,
Yeah.
and their purpose is to like in 5 years have just a nonstop like feeding system of players. So right now they're a little young, and we have to make sure we don't let them play
Sure.
because you even if you get a 37-year-old that played all his life but you don't pressure him, you let him play, he's going to pick you apart. But if you pressure him, put him under, and same like a 16-year-old, put a little pressure on him, you're going to be able to overwhelm him. I believe Eagles beat them 3-2. So I don't, like I told the guys, I don't expect to play down to the level. I want them to continue to have a standard.
Absolutely.
And the last couple games we've been working a lot on not getting scored on. And so we've kept 2 clean sheets, and that's important to me. And it's important to them, and we need to continue to execute up top. And there's a lot of pressure and competition. So what I'm looking for is going up to Kansas City and making sure we take care of business early, and make sure like our subs are able to come in and put in some pressure. And like I said, keep rolling.
Well, you got Luan Nascimento and David Ferraro in goal, so I like your chances on that one.
Yeah, they're both very young, but very very good, very
Yes.
talented. I think they could definitely play at the next level. It's just a matter of making sure they mature quickly, and the right way.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, real quick, anything you'd like to say to the Emporia FC faithful watching at home?
Ah man, I mean it's a blast. It's been a blast. The journey's been amazing. It's been very very eventful. Let's put it that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
But I mean, the journey's been absolutely. I'm continuing to enjoy it. We basically travel with a full caravan of photographers and cheering. Today we had a whole entire spirit club, so it's been a blast. I hope Emporia like realizes exactly how fun of a situation we have here.
Absolutely.
And we continue to gain more fans and we continue winning because ultimately, that's what people want. They want people to win, but the substance is definitely there, and that's what we're focusing on because we absolutely have a purpose for here.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, congratulations on the win here tonight. Good luck next weekend against Ryogoku Academy. And let's go ahead and get another one chalked up on the board. Let's go 4-3.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for, man.
Absolutely. Well, that is going to wrap up our coverage here of Emporia FC Soccer. We appreciate you tuning in. Want to say thank you to Javen Arndt, our technician, also to everybody involved here. Adrian Sanchez, who's behind the camera right now taking photographs of us. Make me look good, Adrian. You always do. Also, thank you to Coach Victor Ibarra, all the folks, all the players of Emporia FC, the fans who are out here today. Of course, Yahaira Ibarra, Gabe Diaz Serrano, who does all the announcing. Yahaira, who keeps us all in line and is probably ready for us to get off the air. So, just on a personal note, I just want to say this past week, my family personally, we lost our matriarch and my Grammy, Helen Wallace, and just want to say, Grammy, hope we're making you proud. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for all your support throughout the years of me growing up, and we love you so much. We wouldn't be who we are without you, and we know you're up above watching us, and hopefully, we made you proud here tonight. Love you so much, and thank you to all of you out there watching. We appreciate it. That's why we do it. Hopefully, we're giving you the best product that we possibly can. But with that being said, we'll wrap things up for another weekend here. Emporia FC still undefeated in the Lions' Den. They're going to try and keep the winning ways going against Ryogoku Academy next week. Make sure you tune in to the Emporia FC YouTube channel. Again, for Coach Victor Ibarra, Javen Arndt, I am Tegan Terhune. Of course, our special broadcast colleague, Luis Almeida, earlier tonight. Thank you again for tuning in. We'll talk to you next time from the Lions' Den here